We are still have people joining. I'm going to wait a minute longer. London. Christine, where are you from Germany? Okay. So I suggest that we start. So maybe some people are going to join, but we have only 1 hour, or maybe now even less. And I would like to thank you, to honor you to be present today. So it's maybe your lunchtime, or it might be a little bit earlier than that, or a little bit later if you come from Kelkheim. A little bit later than your lunchtime if you come from India, for instance. I know that some people are coming from US as well. They are eventually more in their breakfast time. Anyway, I honor you to be here today. We are going to have like this 1 hour to take this moment to dive a little bit more into your life. Yesterday evening, I had this question in my group coaching. So how can we stay? We have Brazil here. So cool. Yesterday, I had this question. So how can we stay positive in this world? So sometimes we just feel not motivated. We feel like, I know that I should do things. I even know what I can do in order to drive my life in the right direction, to go and have success. However, sometimes I don't feel the energy. I don't feel motivated. I have like, I know that I want to be a great parent, but as soon as the children are outside and playing outside, I just feel like locking the doors and be at ease. Or sometimes I know that I have this easy call to do, but it has been on my to-do list for the last 4 days. So sometimes it's in this world where there is so many negative vibes around. So sometimes it's difficult to stay confident, to stay motivated, to catch our dreams, and as well to be confident that it is what we have to do. So it's exactly what I would like us to do today, to go into this kind of philosophy. I'm going to share about like 3 themes that it's like how to be more in our flow, how to be to go in the right direction, to design our dream life, and how to be like the CEO of our life. So it's like 3 themes, but in this theme there is about 15 ideas, concepts, philosophy that you can take, and then you can look at how you can apply that in your life. So what I would like us to do today during this 1 hour, it's really like your me time. It's to look at all what I say, how you can use that in your life, for your career, or eventually for your relationships, for whatever you feel that it applies. And thinking like that, you can think, okay, right now it's going to be the demarcation line. After this workshop, after this webinar, I want to take something, and it's going to be something like a new start. And having that in mind, having this intention in mind, so you can really grab the essence of what I'm going to say. Not because I'm going to sharing, but really because you are going to come back to your life and to look at what it is the thing that I want to change. Because I know that in my groups of coaching, I usually have high achievers. I have people like performing, but even people performing, sometimes we feel like we would like to be more often in our A game. We would like to be able, like, to have these ideas, this switch in order to be able to come back to this A game more often. And it's exactly what we are going to do today with this like 15 Okay. Yes, I can accept you. You are here, accepted. Okay. So, for those who don't know me, I am Christelle. I am a coach, a life coach and career coach, and I help women to be aligned with their soul, with their mind, with their heart in order to have more fun and in order to have more success. It's really all about who I am. And having said that, is that sometimes so we lose our momentum. We build something really nice, but we feel tired. We feel that something is missing and we don't know what it is. And sometimes we still are in the momentum. We still are creating something nice for us. However, we don't feel it anymore. And we forget to have fun. We forget to have this joy. We forget to appreciate all what we have. And I'm looking at the chat at the same time, so that's why. We are eventually not exactly the person we would like to be. We forget to be as loving as we would like to be. So I don't know if you have that, but I definitely know that 10 years ago, before I was a coach, I was engineer. I was a chemical engineer. And I had that. Sometimes I was like, wow, just what I said. It was not me. It's not the person that I want to be. I'm not this kind of person usually. Or sometimes we write these notes and we're like, oh my God, I wish I could have it back. So when we have WhatsApp, sometimes it's possible, but when it's gone, it's gone. So, and exactly what I want us to go to be aligned with who we are and with what we want to achieve, and to have like this switch and to be able to do that even more than usual. So all that the change starts usually with one decision. And this one decision happened to us. It's not really something that we do consciously. It's more like a download of something. So we have this kind of decision that change our life, and we do that different period of our time. So I'm sure that some of you have done this decision already, and you know already what kind of decision I think about. When I think to my life, so the story that I want to share with you today is like, before I have been a coach, before I have been this life and career coach, I was an engineer, and I came in Germany 21 years ago for a French company. I'm French. And the idea was to develop the German market for this French company. And I worked hard. I worked 23 or something like that. I worked hard in order to be able to do that. And I pushed it through. So it's really like something that I'm good at, to push through something. So I pushed through and I achieved what I had to achieve. Then I went to international sales. I continued to grow the market with the company I was in. And about 10 years ago, I had to go to Japan for like a very, very quick travel. It was 72 hours. Like going in and back, having 2 meetings in the midtime and just going back. And I can remember that I came back Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, I slept maybe, I don't know, 8-10 hours during these last 3 days and having a lot of pressure. And I came back home and I met my husband, and he told me, okay, I have to go now. So here are the key of the house, of the car. You have to pick up the children. We had like 2 and 3 years old children. You have to pick them up, and so I'm gone. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. So I just did what I had to do. And I went pick up the children. And one of my child was sick. So the night after was terrible. I was alone with the children, and I just wanted to sleep and to rest after this big trip to Japan. And I can remember lying in the room of one of my child, the one being sick, and then like he was crying and I was crying too, and I was furious as well. I was furious with myself, I was furious with the environment, with my husband, with my child, with the universe, with my boss, with everyone. And lying on the door, feeling so exhausted and miserable at that moment. So I had like this download, like this decision, it can't be that. It cannot be my life. It's not the thing that I want to live again and again and again, to relive and to relive and to relive. I need to change something. And at that moment, I had like the truth. For me, it was clear it was my job. I knew that I wanted to, that my job was not the right one. But for some of us, it might be something else. It might be our relationship. It might be our health. It might be so many things, because we are so good to rack our health, our relationship, because we go through the motion of life without thinking that much and just pushing through, right? So in my case, it was clear. And it always starts like that, having like this aha moment, like this, oh my God, I really need to change something. And for some of us at that moment, instead of going through this new reality, we don't want to confront that, because this new reality can be very scary. If you have this new truth that you have to change your relationship or your job, or maybe the country you live in, it can be very, very scary. And at that moment, instead of, I don't know, going to a psychologist, a coach, or a mentor, or a friend, we just say, I'm fine. It's going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm just overwhelmed right now. I just need some vacation and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to push it through because I am an achiever, because I am a performer, because I am not a quitter. I'm not going to quit. How many of you have had this moment already? That I'm going to endure it. There is so many people that have endured it before me. Having a great job, having a great family, having children. So I can endure that. I'm not weaker than the others. And then we endure what's wrong too long. And that would be my question to you. It's what in your life right now you endure something wrong too long. And you can really go in all areas of your life. In my program, usually we go in 9 different areas to see. Intellectually, health, with your health, with your mental, with your job, with your partnership, with so many things. So what is wrong right now, but you decided to endure it because you are not a quitter, because you are an achiever, because you are a performer. And last week, I went through my computer and I have seen that 2007, I already had this truth in my mind telling me, because I looked at how to change my career 2007. And the story I told you about Japan, it was 2012. So I needed like 5 years in order to confront myself with this reality. It wasn't about my children. It wasn't about my husband. It was really me and my job. And usually, this kind of decision is not that you think, oh, I need to live my life purpose or whatsoever. It's not really happening this way. This kind of new truth coming to you, it's something like, I need to do something that I don't want to do. And I just went through something that I didn't want to do. And at that moment, you have this download. And then the question is, do you decide to ignore it, or do you decide to look at it and to see what you can do with that? In the book here, the book that I co-wrote with 7 other ladies, I explain my story about why I decided to, the moment I decided to change my career and why it happened and how awful I found out that I went too long through something wrong. Okay, so you can find that on Amazon. Anyway, in my case, I knew that I wanted to change at least my career, maybe my marriage. I wasn't sure about that. However, what I knew is that my level of energy was not high enough. I was exhausted. I had a big lack of energy. I was depressive. It was really difficult for me to wake up the morning. It was really difficult for me to go through the day. Usually after 12 o'clock, I was completely down and I was not the person that I wanted to be. So I knew that before doing the big change, I had to change my energy level. I'm a very organized person, so I knew that there was something else, that time management. And that's why I wanted to go, or I want to go with you through the first theme that I propose to suggest today, and it is the state of flow, because just that changed so many things in my life. So the state of flow, I'm sure some of you know about it already. And maybe some of you know about the Yerkes-Dodson rules of Kerr. But the state of flow is the moment in your mind when you are only one with the activity you do. Your dopamine goes high and up, and then you feel it's almost one of the magical things that can happen to a person. And when you do that, when you are in state of flow, so you are really creative, you feel the joy, and at the same time you are so productive. You can do things 5 times more than the normal speed. Okay, and how can we have that? Okay, so that is your performance, but at the same time, we can put that together with your prefrontal cortex, because it's where your intelligence is located. So your prefrontal cortex is where you have the creativity, where you have the strategy, where you think about different alternatives and so on. Okay, so prefrontal cortex, it's your performance level, and here it's your stress level. And the thing is that when you have too little stress, you don't really want to use your prefrontal cortex, because that, if you use that, it's a lot of energy. Okay. So when you are here, it's really difficult to put the energy because you don't really understand why. And yesterday I had a client of mine. We achieved that she got a new job. She's really happy about that. And then she told me, now I understand. So I was here with my last job, and it's like the bore out. I felt so bored that my performance level was so low that I felt so bad that it made me sick. Okay, so that's when your stress level is too low, and for sure that is when your stress level is too high. When your stress level is too high, so you don't really have access to this part of your brain, because you are in like the survival mode, and you have access to one part of your brain. It's the middle of your brain, is the amygdala. The amygdala tells you we are in danger. It's like the survival mode. And therefore, when you're in survival mode, you have only 3 options. You are not creative anymore. The option 1 is I freeze. Option 2, I fly, or I fight. Okay, that's why sometimes when we are stressed out, we are not necessarily the nicest person ever. So When you are here, the problem is that you're not performing, you have a level of stress, and your body cannot repair itself because your body is a survival mode. It's not the moment to repair the house when you have a tempest, something coming to you. It's the moment really to fight back. Your immune system goes down, you cannot sleep anymore, so everything is complicated. So I was in this part. And what I wanted to achieve is, in order to get enough energy to change my career, it's to go there, or at least in this part here. So how to do that? That's a good question. There is 3 very, very important things in order to be able to do that. The first one is okay. Yeah, it's better. I don't know if you see exactly the same thing that I see. Okay, but if you can put all yourself in speaker and have your mic mute, it's perfect. Great. So the first thing that is really important is to grow, is to have this impression that if you do the action, you are going to grow, something is going to grow, you are going to see the results. If in your daily life you cannot see results, or you have the impression that there is no results, it's difficult. In my case, I can remember that as an engineer, sometimes I had the feeling that nobody's care really. That whatever I'm doing, they don't care. They don't really look at what I'm doing. They are not interested in this trip to Japan. They didn't ask back how it went. And I was like, why I'm doing that? What is the point of all that? So growth is important. Not too much growth, because if it's too much, it puts you in such a stress that you goes back in your performance. So what we say usually, it's like 4% of growth. It's like going a little bit out of your comfort zone, and then you have this feeling to grow. Okay. The problem is that it's really difficult to know if it's a 4% or 10% out of your comfort zone. But growth is important. The third thing is very important. It's focus. Our brain needs time in order to go in this flow. And focus, there is 2 different ways that are important for our focus. The first one is to avoid the distraction outside. In this case, the distractions are, it's really difficult today to have like this bubble where we have no distraction. So that means phones away, that means no notification. So that means telling our environment that we need space. That means when we work in open space, it might be difficult to have like this quiet space for us in order to go into this flow. That's the outer distraction that it might be complicated. The second thing is the inner distraction that is even more complicated, because it's all our thought pattern. And there is the ways in order to be able to shut down that a little bit. Mindfulness exercises are really cool in order to be able to shut down, but I'm going to give you some strategies afterwards in order to have this capability to stay focused. Another thing as well is really look at your health. If you drink enough, if you sleep enough, if you move enough, because that's going to help you as well to have the right focus. So focus, you can be in flow so your brain can do that during like 90 minutes to 2 hours. Then you can have this flow. After that, it's too demanding for your brain usually, but it's possible to have that. It's interesting to know as well when you can have this flow. So you can be in flow for doing like 3 times a day. That's possible as well with different kind of exercises. Okay. So really look at, in my case, because I had my children and I had my job and I had so many things to look at. I decided, in order to have the right focus, I decided to simplify my life. There is so many things that I stopped to do in order to be able to stay like 1 hour concentrated on something or 2 hours concentrated on something, in order to be able to go and sleep and so on. And the last thing that is really, really important, it's fun. So to create fun somehow. And I'm sure that you remember, or you know, or if you have children, you can see that if they play to some games, they are very, very focused. They are really in the flow. So even if you speak with them, they don't hear anything. They are into the activity they are doing. If they do their homework, it's not the same. So they find 1,000 of distraction everywhere. But they don't go that. It's because gaming is fun, homework not fun. So the idea there is to find out what makes you have this fun, or how to change sometimes the context of your work in order to have more fun. Okay, sometimes you can do exactly the same activities, but just try to figure out how you can have more fun doing that. Okay, so growth, focus, fun. That's the three things. If you achieve to do that, so what you can do is like doing like a demanding activity at work the morning, and then you can go in your flow because you have this energy mornings. Usually it's easier. And then afternoon, when you are like burned, it was really demanding. So you can go and have a run. And if you have a run or something else, kind of activity that you want, so you can go in this flow as well. And evening you can read a book and being completely into this book, and you are again in the flow. So you can find flow states a little bit everywhere. Okay, that can definitely bring you energy back when you try to focus and find out how you can have more flow moments in your daily life. Usually in my program, I have like a 3-month program. The first part of the program is all about that. How to create more this flow energy in order to be another energy level. And when we are in another energy level, usually what my client tells me is that when they go to work, so they have the colleague like, what are you doing? You are different. Your energy is different. You are more energized. You are more fun. So what are you doing right now? That's the first part. And when you have that, so like so comes with a like, so that means that when you have this high energy level, so people want to be with you, or people with a higher energy level want as well to be with you, and you attract this energy, you attract the right people. And just because of that, so many things can change. However, I know that sometimes, okay, Crystal, nice, I have a nicer energy level, but I want to change things. And I'm not sure how to do that. I don't know where to go. I don't know what is missing. I don't know that. So that's not going to help me further. So that's why I would like us to go through your path in order to design your dream or your dream life. And I have an acronym that helps you to remember or to remind her that. The first thing that you have to find out is find out what drives you. And you can really take some notes, because eventually you are not going to find out today, right now, but your brain is going to work the coming 3 days on it, and you might have some insights. So you can have a pen with you during the coming days and try to write out or to write down what kind of ideas you have. So your drive can come from, I would say, like 3 main things that are interesting. Your passion. So find out what are your passion. Find out what are your strengths. And think about your values. If you know your values and you try to live them even more, you are going to find some drive. If you know your strengths, and it's not always easy to find our strength. I'm going to offer a course in June, a program, and it's 6 weeks to define our strengths with a coach. It's a specialty, and because usually our strengths, we do that so naturally that we don't even know that there are strengths. We think that's normal. That's nothing special. So find out what kind of strength you have and find out your passion. And again, here, some of us is difficult because we kind of cut ourselves from who we are. We don't know anymore. Eventually, we know, as I was a child, I remember I love to do that, but it's not something that I do anymore. Or I'm not sure that I still like to do that. So finding your passion, finding your strengths, it seems so easy. But some of us, we really need time. So if you don't find it straight away, it's okay. Because I know sometimes we feel bad about that. It's fine. Next week, I'm going to start a 3-day workshop. So if you want to work on that, you can join us. I'm going to give some information afterwards. But it's really like to go even deeper into what it is, the thing that I love doing, what it is, the thing that I'm really good at, and what are my values, what I want to see more happening in my life. That are your drivers. So something that could be very interesting for you to have in your mind when you start to change your life and to design something new, it is resilience. Resilience is really like the ability to bounce back when you have challenges, when you have setbacks. And the thing is that it's big changes. Sometimes it's not going to be easy, and your environment doesn't like you to change. So you are going to see resistance from your environment, from maybe some plan that doesn't work out. And maybe just finding your passion and so on is not going to be so easy as you think. And just be resilient, take your time, be nice with yourself. It's going to be nice with the people around you. It's going to be okay. So we have the D, the R, the E. It's your energy. Always look at your energy, because your energy is going to tell you as well if you are in the right direction or not. And your energy is going to have a direct link with your actions. And in order to create, to design your dream, you need to do actions, not only one, a lot of actions. Okay, so we need still 2 things in order to be sure that you are in the right direction. Ambition. Ambition is is more like having the clarity where you want to go. What are your ambitions for your life? So if you want to change your relationship, what is your ambition about your relationship? If you want to change your work or your career, what it is the thing that you want to see happening in your life? The goals. What kind of goals do you have? The purpose, the growth, okay? Be clear about that as much as possible, because it's going to give you a direction and as well a ceiling. Sometimes when we don't have ceilings for high performer, high achiever, that's not good, because you always want to go up and up and up and up, but you are never satisfied about what you have. And we want to have fun and success. The fun part is when you can be satisfied about all the things that you have, but you are happy to grow and to have more. Okay, and the last part. What can be the last part? The last part is the mindset. The mindset is what do you want? Who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to, how do you want to act? What kind of things do you would like to feel? Usually every morning I ask myself this one question, which is, how do I want to show up today? What kind of person do I want to be today? And that helps me to have the right mindset. Okay, yeah, today I would like to be this kind of person. And if I achieve to do that, so I know that I am in the right direction. Okay, so that is the things that you can do in order to achieve your dreams, to go in this direction. If you find your drivers, if you have the resilience to just continue even if it doesn't work the way you want, if you have the right actions and the right energy, if you know where you want to go, and if you know as well how you want to feel, and the emotion and the way, the thought you want to have, then you can only create your dream life. It's not going to happen in one day. I don't like that the magic formula. It's going to happen every day, like one step after the other. That's why we need the resilience. Usually at that moment happens something. In my program at that moment, usually was okay, I understand where are my dreams, I understand what I want to change, but at that moment we have like the imposter syndrome popping up and saying, oh my God, that's big, who I am again, to think that I can achieve that, who I am, to think that what I have, I need to change it. What kind of person I allow me to be if I go in this direction, who I am to think that I can have this extraordinary life. And at that moment, we kind of stop. There is so many people at that moment of my program, they kind of are too busy to continue. They kind of have some other problem to solve. But it's because our mind stopped the change. Our mind is not open to continue the confrontation at that moment because it's become too real. And there, it's at that moment when we go in the last part, we need to develop a CEO mindset. The CEO mindset, it's all about being a CEO. A CEO usually is like, and I know we have some CEOs here, but it's really like you have this company and you just try to grow the company as much as possible. And you don't ask yourself if it's okay or not. And the CEO of your life is exactly the same. Okay, I have my life. I just want to improve and improve and improve. And that's fine. And in order to be the CEO of your life, you need a few rules. And I know that these rules help me a lot. I don't know how to do without. And it's like being the captain. It's acronym. Being the captain of your ship, of your boat. And the first thing that you can do, it is to confront you, like all the demotivating thoughts that you have during the day, all the things that at the end you don't feel motivated because you have a lot of thoughts. We have about 60,000 thoughts per day. 80% of our thoughts are the same than yesterday and the same that tomorrow. So it's like a routine of what we think, and we can change that. The first thing is that to confront them. Say, okay, I have these demotivating thoughts. I'm going to write that down. After, when you have these thoughts, then you understand that you have something else happening. And you need to accept that it's your belief system. Because if you have this thought, is that you have a belief system inside of you, and it might be a negative belief system. So you have to challenge that. So challenge your belief system. I have a document in my website, in the shop, and it's like 30 days to confront our thoughts, challenging our belief system that is not supporting us anymore, in order to be able to change it and to have more supporting belief. It's called the Mindset Booster. 30 days to change your mindset. I love this document. I'm using it every day. When you have that, so what you need is to put that this way. You have to progress. You have to do your actions, but it's really like one step at the time. And I know that from me and from so many people. And if you are an achiever, a performer, you really have to take care of that. And it's in all area of your life. I have a little story about that. It's progress. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. 1% of the time, step by step, baby steps. And I know that I have done that for my certification, coaching certification. I have done that for building my business and continuing to work as an engineer, like really like step by step, because I knew I couldn't do differently. However, because I lack results, I was wrong with my health, for instance. I love to run, but since I have my third child, I cannot run anymore because I have hips and knee problems. And the last 10 years, I tried to sometimes to run again, and then I know I have the pain, I have to stop. And then I use that as, okay. I'm going to be really like 1% at a time. I'm going to start with 5%, 5 minutes. And I'm going to stay there for 2 weeks. And then 10 minutes. I'm going to go slow. And now, so I can run twice a week, 20 minutes. And it's really something that I couldn't do like 6 months ago. And I had knee problem and hips problem. So sometimes you are good in one area, you do that, but in another area, you are blind. So again, look at the different areas of your life, what you need to change, do a plan, confront yourself, challenge yourself, and do the progress. Be resilient if it doesn't work the way you want. 1% of the time. If you do that every day, after 100 days, you have your 100%. And it's good, it's fine. Okay? And then you have the T. And the T is It's positive talk. Talk with yourself and in a positive way, because we have this limiting belief, because we have this routine of thinking. We are like, maybe if you think that I'm not enough, or I cannot do that, so you have been repeating this for the past 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. So you have to talk the opposite as long as possible, as much as possible. So talk positively to yourself. Yeah, I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be fine. I'm good enough. I'm worthy. I can do it. So talk to yourself. The universe is nice. Whatever helps you, have this positive talk. And when you have done the confrontation, the acceptance and challenge of your thoughts, the progress, slowly but surely, the positive talk, what is really important, acknowledge your wins. And I know that people being in my program, they say, yes, she comes again with the wins. Yes, because if you never acknowledge your wins and you always are doing a step further without ceiling, if you are achiever, you go to burnout. That was my biggest lesson in 2017. I can remember. So acknowledge every evening, what are the things that I have done correctly? Okay. And then what I found really important, immerse yourself in positivity. And it's something that we discussed yesterday evening. It's really like, find the thing that pushed your positivity. Find the right person. And accept as well that sometimes the right person are not your family, are not your husbands, are not your friends. It's something that almost cost my marriage, because for me, I needed my husband to be my positivity sign, and he couldn't do that. And still now, so it's not the person that I can go in order to have the positivity. So I change my people around me in order to be immersed with positive person in the same journey that my journey, that can understand myself. I went to find the right podcasts, to find the right books, to have every morning this positive talk in order to push my positivity. So find your strategies in order to immerse yourself with positive people. And that's why with me, so we have like group coaching in order to find other people in the same journey that we are, because it's so important. Network with the right person, so important too. So immerse yourself with positivity. And the last one, and someone as well, that's yesterday someone told me, nurture yourself. Be your best friend. I really like the idea of being our best friend, because every time you are not positive with yourself, every time you beat yourself, you can ask, how would I be with my best friend? What kind of things would I have tell her? What kind of things I would her to understand? And then you will see that your inner conversation is going to shift completely. And that's going to give you a boost in order to continue and to achieve your transformation, whatever it is. Okay? So I don't know if you have questions. You can put some questions in the chat. We still have like 7 minutes. And for those who want to continue, because 1 hour is very short to change a big process. However, next week we are going to do like 6 hours together. So if you want to join us, I can have a look and see. I can here's the information about the workshop that I'm going to do. So it's going to be next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, evening for Europe. So you have to look at for the people coming from India or US, or it's a little bit different. Anyway, we are going to have a recording as well. So it's always the right moment to have a look at the recording and to do the work. It's not going to be a webinar like today where I'm speaking far too much. We are going to really work together in these 3 points, like how to have your work, your flow even more, what kind of things you want to change in your life to really like define it, and to have this the captain part, so how to have that even more. Usually this kind of program is about €700. I'm going to do that for 100. And anyway, you are going to have a voucher. If you go through the program, because I want you to go through the program, then you are going to have a voucher that you can reuse. And for the first person that are going to sign in, I'm happy to have a one-on-one coaching with you in order to go even deeper with that. That's it for me. In the chat, I'm going to give you my information if you want to maybe to register, if you want to ask questions, if not now, but maybe later. And if you want to just connect on social media, because I always put a lot of things on social media. Let me have a look. And again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask your questions. In the meantime, we still have a few minutes. So that's my informations. Okay. So if you want to share in the chat, if you have no questions, if you want to share in the chat, what is maybe the one point that you would like to take for you and for the coming 3 days, that I would like to just maybe observe that more in my life for the coming 3 days. What would be this one point, this one takeaway that you get from this energy in your time? Thank you, Christine. Happy to do that. That's definitely my passion and my values and everything. So that's why I'm doing it. That gives me a lot of energy as well. Thank you, Esther. Okay, nice. Mindset. Yeah, mindset is so important. Usually we are our biggest biggest blocker, biggest saboteur. Yeah, mindset again. Oh, a waking call. Oh, that's interesting. My chapter has a wake up call because I had a big wake up call. So I like that energy. Okay, yes, energy is so important, and we don't speak enough about that. Everything is energy, and you are in the right direction. Perfect. I love that. Okay. Thank you very much for being here today. Really appreciate awareness of my flow state. Yeah. Yeah, we can have that more, and it's really more fun. And then we are a different kind of person. I wish you a very nice day, evening, positive self-talk for Anne-Marie. Thank you. How long are the sessions? Next week, the session is going to be between 80 hours, 80 minutes to maximum 2 hours. But if you have some other questions, happy to come back to me, and then we can find out if it's the right thing for you to join or not. Okay, so I wish you a nice day, evening, morning, and thank you very much for being here, and we stay in touch anyway. I'm going to send you the recording if you want. You have time to watch it again and to take some notes maybe, and during 1 week you have access to the recording. Okay, have a nice day. Bye, ladies. Okay, perfect. Bye.